Hello everybody, welcome to 406 Regen. Taking a little break from putting up the hay, help some neighbors move some straw, and to show the new equipment that is purchased to do the job we're on. So this is called a haring multi-trailer, built at Elgin, I think, maybe that's how I say it, Oklahoma. Yeah, it's where the dealership's at, patent design. Trailer's made down in Mexico, but my brother and I used to haul a lot of trailers up from Paris, Texas, for like a lot of PJ, Lodestar, a lot of those trailers, and all your small ones are made in Mexico, and most of the steel comes up from Mexico for the big ones, and they're made right there in Texas. So it's kind of how it is. This is a 32-foot gooseneck, has heavy ramps that you pull out and put there so you can load equipment on it. And what makes this thing special compared to a regular gooseneck, it's also a hay hauler. And I'll show you the functions, but these rails fold down or up, the middle deck comes up, so it's a self-unloading hay trailer, which is awesome. There's only been a little over 200 of these made, I think. This is trailer number 68. So even though it's a 21 model, I had to work on it a little bit. There's a few issues which I have been told that they fixed. One was this piece here on both sides didn't come on the trailer, so the hitch would crack out. I didn't catch that when I bought the trailer, and it was cracked. The previous owner had the pieces, but wasn't quite sure where to put them and never got to it. So yeah, little welding there on that. And also down here on these, down in there, those arms, the tubing was a little too light, so they'd pull out. It's got 12,000 pound axles on it to them, so total 24,000 pounds. 18 ply tires, which my brother says those axles, I think, are about as big as you can get for this configuration of trailer. So it was actually quite surprising. I even found this, I don't know, my brother and I were looking at anything and everything to try to be able to bunch those bales. You know, we got about 3,000 bales all total that we got to put up, and spending the money for a self-picking, self-unloading trailer that you can only pull with a tractor, those are expensive. The rent on those are extremely expensive. And this year, because we were out of the drought, all the rent, there's so much hay around, you're not going to be able to find anybody to actually pick your bales for you to pay for it, which is the guy normally does. But we told him we'd take care of it, so he's going to pay us for picking his half of the bales. And we needed something good to do that with. And we came across this trailer on YouTube, 4 years ago. I don't even know how my brother remembered this trailer. Like I said, we was looking at just standalone hay pullers and really not wanting to spend the money on that. Just a standalone thing, which is why this is awesome, because like I said, this is a multi-trailer. So you got all your controls. The guy optioned to have a solar panel put right here, which is an option. All other option was hydraulic jacks, so you don't have to crank them up. And this is all your control box here. You gotta move everything on. Alrighty, folks. He showed up the tractor, and I kind of screwed up on my whole setup getting it ready, but as you can see, we got the deck. Like I say, it comes up, and then it'll hold these in the triangle formation. You can haul, we'll be able to haul 6 per side, so 12. And with straw, because the straw it's lighter, I'll probably try to get 18 on here. 17, 18. But that's what this trailer's so special and so handy for. It's a lot of money, but it's handy for people that need multiple use items instead of just a single instead of just a single use, you know, at the house, a regular gooseneck, you'd have to have a tractor at both locations. You'd have to have a tractor to load it, you have to have a tractor to unload it. Whereas this one, in theory, this is my first time getting to use this setup. In theory, is you get to the house, get to where you want to go, hydraulically you can dump that arm flat and they'll roll off. So we're going to try that theory out today. But they seem to be a well-built trailer. It's a self-cleaning deck with these bars. So like up here in the north, there's not gonna be no snow piling up on your trailer. You got to shovel off if you want to use it. You can get ticketed for driving down the highway and got a lot of stuff blowing off your setup. So this is nice because it's self-cleaning. No hay or straw is gonna stick to it. It's just gonna slide off. But we're gonna try this setup out today, so I'll keep you guys informed on that. Like I said, helping neighbors out here on this. They put up this straw, but the farmer that uses the field wants it off right now, so that's what we're doing. Quite the setup. Got a tractor, got a bale pickup here, bunching, so you don't have to drive all over the field. Yeah, it's a nice setup. I guess one thing I did forget to mention is you do got an electronic brake, so you can set your brakes on, and it has that light up there so you don't forget them on. I don't have the brake set on this at the moment because he's loading me from the side. The brake is mainly for if you load at the back, and you can just push them all, you push each one forward till you're fully loaded. And the brake on the trailer will help so you don't take out the transmission in the pickup that you're using. But like I said, when he's loading from the side, it's not an issue. I guess I'll show you the controls again here. They say that's all the brains of the operation. One thing I'm going to be doing, and I understand why they don't do it on this trailer, because safety reasons and DOT reasons. For like right now, I would have to have everything pinned because I'm going to be going down the highway. But on farm fields and stuff like that, I'm going to be adding a wireless remote, so where I don't have to have everything pinned, so that way I don't have to get out. So that way you don't have to get out of the truck and open that box and run the remote from there every single time, because you got to unpin things. Like right now, I have it pinned. This bar is pinned and it holds that bar right there, so if the hydraulic fails or you blow a line, it'll sit there. You're not going to dump the whole load out like on the highway. You can potentially hurt people, kill people. You don't want your load falling off on the highway. So that's why they pin it like that for highway use. Like I say, I'm going to be adding the wireless remote setup for out in the fields where I'm just yarding from one end of the really rough field to the gate. So, there's absolutely no risk to anybody. If, I blow a hydraulic line, it's just going to dump the bales there in the field and I got to pick them back up. But like I said, this is should be a very good trailer for us. This was number 68 that was built, and I said there's only a couple, I think there's a little over 200 now. And they've gone through and they've listened to the farmers on certain things, like they had to put that piece there because he's cracking out the hitch and certain things like that. There's a few things on this trailer which could be a little bit better, but that's everything, right? And especially when this is a small company. This guy, he bought the patent, I believe, out of Canada. After he's seen one, he's designed the one that he bought from Canada. He's upgraded it, made it better. He's always, you're always trying to make things better. So your first few, you know, things aren't necessarily going to be right on. So, but for sure, and they're newer ones. You can still get them with the ramps, or you can spend a little bit more money and get a beaver tail that'll fold down, so you don't have to pull out those ramps. And yeah, because those ramps are quite heavy, but they got to be heavy for loading equipment, skid steers, stuff like that. Which is, I've used this trailer once to pull a tractor home. I'll see if I can't get the photo in. You know, just a short little jaunt, but it's nice to have the ability to configure it what you want when you don't have a lot of money. You know, we can't afford 2 or 3 8-bale trailers that you pull behind a pickup. Those things are $9,500 brand new. This trailer costs a lot more than that, but it's one thing that the farm didn't have. We didn't have a good heavy gooseneck for doing the in-between jobs. You know, we got the semi, so the gooseneck wasn't necessarily a big priority for us. The only reason I'm not using the semi to just load out in these fields is just because how rough they are. I would destroy my road truck on these gopher holes out there, and that just, it ain't worth it. I didn't know gopher holes, little varmint holes, could get so big as they are out at that place. But yeah, I would completely destroy my semi setup. I didn't have a semi for beating up like that, and like I said, yeah, it would just destroy it. So I'm planning on using this here for, like I say, picking all those bales, and then the farm will have a good gooseneck if we find a piece of equipment or something that the farm needs, you know, bags of seed. Last fall I had to go buy, you know, pick up 6 pallets of our, no, the spring, 6 pallets of our cover crop seed with semi, because I didn't have the in-between vehicle to be able to pull that kind of weight. So that's why we got this trailer. I know it's equipment, and quite frankly, I'm tired of equipment and all the cost of that. I can't wait till the day I get to the farm to where you don't need all the equipment and all the upkeep, because with every piece of equipment you add, there's always upkeep. Like I said, we bought this trailer. We've already spent a day fixing a few of the problems it had that we didn't catch, such as the hitch, and a few of the under pieces needed to be welded up. That's not the trailer's fault or the company's fault. Like I said, the previous owner had the metal. He wasn't sure where to put it, and he never took time to ask. But they have been upgrading trailers and fixing all the problems. I said, hey, okay, just bought this trailer. This is the stuff is wrong with it. And he said, oh yeah, the newer trailers have thicker metal in that spot. That's why that bent. Yeah. So they are trying hard to fix all the problems they get. And I mean, it's pretty cool. So I can't wait to get some use out of it here. I know the guy built, like I say, quite a few of them here now. So, and they're always improving, which is the thing you got to be doing if you want to be a good company. And I like buying from small companies. You know, this isn't a big corporation or nothing like that. I like how the saddle's in there. That's nice. You don't, short hauls like this. Now DOT, you're supposed to strap everything. We'll keep it a secret between us. I'm not going very far, and that bale isn't going to roll out. I'd have to lay the whole load over to get that bale to come out of there. So awesome. There's some setups and some trailers that you can't move an inch because they'll roll off, but that distance in there, that's perfect. It's nice. So now the guy bought the trailer. This is straw, so it's lighter. I make my hay bales too heavy, so I won't have that third row up there for any long distance of time, or for sure highway, because I'd be overweight. But seeing as how this is straw, this is all lighter, it's not gonna hurt it none. The guy previously did tell me that owned it is it gets a little violent trying to unload the third row, because, well, if you think about it, right, you just got your one, that piece there is gonna go down, these are gonna roll off, the top ones are gonna roll that way too, so they got further to fall. So it yeah, could be a little bit more violent, and we'll see. This is the first time using this trailer for this job. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. All right, everybody, we got the one load in here. I didn't record it. I figured I had to use the trailer once just so I could not have to fumble through how to do it on camera. And I remembered after I got here that when you put them in a tier, like right now I only brought 2 in, if you're on flat ground and you have a tier, they don't roll out quite far enough to where the top row can make it all the way off the trailer. So I actually had to pull out. These only made it about halfway. I had to pull out from under them. So now, in order to not break net wrap or do that, we just single rolled them here. So, and I decided throw a strap here on the back one, because there's pretty steep approach out of that field, and straw bales are so slick that I didn't want to lose a bale when there's no weight on the top, because there's no weight on the top one at the moment, of course. Come on. So I didn't want these just to slide right off the back. When you know, you had that top bale up there as extra weight pushing down to give it extra force to fight coming out, and they all made it. It was no big deal. But like I say, when I guess this one's going the other direction. So far, it's pretty nice how they unload, and I'm going to show you all that here in a jiffy. Don't want me losing straps out here, not picking them up, so at the moment I will set that right there. So what you gotta do is right now this one here is pinned up and there's weight on it, so you gotta go switch this to the right, gotta hit the up button to bring just enough weight off. You can unpin it, turn that so it's like that, pull that down. Now what that does, like that, is it moves this piece right there down out of the way, so the height, so the cylinder arm can go in. This piece can fold all the way down, and these will roll off. Why I'm not all the way under there showing you. So then all you gotta do is hit the down button, and that arm goes down hydraulically. Boom. So now you want to go ahead, you want to put this back up, and if this is the last load, you know, I'd put it all the way up, I'd put the deck back down. It's not. So what you do is you close that back, this arm, close that back up, like say, and now you can see that pulls that back up on the cylinder, so it can't go nowhere. Remote, come here. That's why I want to put a wireless one on. Anyway, and there you go. Boom. Isn't that awesome? It's a little slow with the hydraulics, but that's hydraulic. I mean, that's what you get. So pick up further than you want to go, put the remote on the magnet, put my knee there because I can't use both hands. Yeah, hold on. There we go. Now, you want to put it back down because I'm hauling more. Okay, so right there it touched. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of bump it up just a little bit, so it won't have that much pressure on there, and I won't have to move it very much with the weight, because you're not really, with the weight of the bales, you're not really supposed to be, it's not designed for moving the whole load like that, but just a little bit. So there we go, we're unloaded. On to the next one. Like I say, flat ground does good. I did remember, like in his video, the owner's video, who designed, Pat has the patent on these. If you do the tier, you want to be kind of on a downhill side so you get more rolling action going on. But since we're flat, that's what we do. Now I got to go ahead and throw this strap in my box and go get another load. So I reckon that'll probably do it for this video. You know, it's just more of the same now today. Wanted to give you all a good idea on this trailer works. The pickup is pulling the weight good, so yeah, we might have been able to find something a little bit easier, cheaper for hauling our hay in the field and stuff, but I honestly, nothing that was multi-purpose. There was no options for, you know, if we went and bought a cheap gooseneck, well, we would have had to have a tractor here to unload it. Not to mention the other end, you gotta have a tractor load. If we would have went and just bought one of those single, I don't know if people ever looked at them, but they're single hay haulers. They haul 8, and they'll tip off, and they're self-unloading, but that's all they can do. They can't do nothing else. Could I found an old farm truck with old hoist and stuff on it? Yes, probably could have found one of those. The chance of getting one that didn't need a whole lot of work to get it to do the job at hand in a timely manner was not happening. My whole summer's been living 15 miles from home doing this job. So I needed to get some stuff that I didn't really have to work on too much. Now, I missed a few spots on this trailer when I bought it, but there's no way I could have found another one remotely close. This one's the only one for sale in Montana. I don't know if you even looked up, you could find a used one of these for sale. So I got lucky. I don't know how my brother even remembered about this brand of trailer and that these are even out there, and then to find one for sale, you know, 300 miles away. Yeah, like I said, lucky. So worst case scenario, you know, if everything goes to heck on me and this deal, well, the deal hasn't ended up as good as I was hoping and counting on, but that's the whole counting your cost. And you know, we did that a lot, and we tried to count it for worst case scenario, worst case on hay prices, and we're not too far off of that worst case stuff. We're gonna make a little bit. We're gonna be able to pay off, if we wanted to, we could pay off everything that we had to borrow to get. That would leave us no, basically, you know, we worked all summer to pay off the equipment, which is why I don't like loans, don't like all the equipment and having to do it. That's why I like the idea of the regen. You know, you go out and you move your animals twice a day. You know, your equipment is a four-wheeler and a small trailer to pull up behind, and all this just costs money in so many ways that it's not even funny. But like I said in other videos, you know, that was a deal of, it was an opportunity for us, and it was one we couldn't pass up, and that's the only reason that we made that decision to go into debt and get the job done. So the cutting, the raking, the baling, that's all done. Now the next half of the job, the next probably another month, is strictly hauling that hay. Well, picking it out of the field and hauling the hay. So this equipment's all going to get its use, and like I say, worst case scenario, we'll have to sell a couple of things. I honestly don't think that we went overboard on anything we bought. You know, we bought used, but yet hopefully good enough condition that we'd be able to get the job done. Had, you know, a few hiccups. That $18,000 swing tongue swather, it blew up right away. We got it fixed, but you know, that was still, and we needed it. Putting up that many acres, you can't go into a deal with that many acres with only one machine, unless we went and bought brand new stuff, or at least brand new stuff, in which case the deal would be no good. We would have been, yeah, we wouldn't, there would be no, yeah, we made a little bit of money if we paid everything off, or we got choices this way because we did buy used and we did buy older stuff, but still stuff in good condition. Or like this trailer, a little bit of work unfortunately needed, but yeah. Anyhow, so sorry my long form videos have been slow coming. I was doing a lot of cutting at night, and I had to go to a lot of night work, so I can't record obviously when it's dark. In the mornings after being up all night, I didn't figure I'd have much anything good to say to people or actually be awake to try to get my point across, and I know I'm not very good at that now, so it would have just been horrendous. So the videos, I'm gonna be try to get them out more regularly. You know, I was trying to do 2 videos a week before, or at least get 1 out a week, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that because I still got editing. It still takes a long time, and when I'm still not living at the house where I can do it, you know, after I take a shower, during eating supper, then it takes me a time to do it. But I'll get these out more frequently, and we'll start doing it better. Y'all have a good one.